A lot of people of a certain generation, we're very good at talking about what we've done in the past, and that builds credibility, which is great, and you should be proud of those things. But is that really going to get you the job and the opportunities for the future? Not necessarily, not necessarily. So you've got to think about the value that you bring for the future. Don't just talk about what you have done. I've got 25 years experience, I've worked here, I've worked with them, I've created all these great processes, I've achieved all these great results. Yeah, brilliant, fabulous. But they're not really interested in that so much. They want to know what you can do for the future. So think about your CV. Is it just talking about what you've done in the past, or the value you bring in the future? Think about it as a business proposal. And for a lot of us, we're not very good at selling ourselves. And I'm sure you're sat there thinking, oh, I don't like talking about myself. Well, you've got to start practicing it. As I always say, find a good colleague, find a good friend, or give me a shout, be more than happy to help. You've got to learn to wave your flag about the value that bring, the benefits that you bring. Why should they employ you? What will you help them to achieve? Yeah, you've got to understand and do your due diligence on the job and the organisation, and then think about it as a business proposal. If you're an external consultant, you wouldn't just go in and talk about what you've done in the past and all the great companies you've worked for. They want to know what you can do in the future. And it's the same when you're looking for a job. So in the past, we've had what we call competency-based interviews. Give me an example, name a time, when have you done this, when have you done that, to tick you off against the competencies they're looking for. That's great. And in some scenarios, that still happens. But what is more happening now is scenario-based interviews. They'll give you a scenario and say, what would you do? How would you deal with this? And they want to know the solutions. They want to know the value, the benefits you bring. And it's a change in our mindset. Stop talking about what we've done in the past and how brilliant we've been. Yeah, great, David, well done. It's what we can do for the future, the value that we can bring the organisation. So please start to think about that, and any of our knowledge and experience, that's great what we've done in the past, but turn it around and talk about how that will bring value in the future. Yeah. So your experience brings credibility, yeah, but they're interested in the investment. Why should they invest in you? Think about yourself as an external consultant doing a business proposal and going for a job interview. I think you're going to get a lot better success taking this approach. But as always, get a good friend, get a colleague that you can sit down and go through this stuff. Find yourself someone in the recruitment business or HR business that does a lot of recruitment that you know, and pick their brains. Get some good support. So, yeah, learn to wave your flag. Because if you don't wave your flag, who's going to do it for you? So this has been the second video in a series of 4. Sorry, but you're over-experienced. The first one was Does Ageism Rule? The one we've just watched is the value that you bring. The third one, which is next up, is being realistic in your expectations. And the fourth one is going to be about having great knowledge and experience versus AI and digital processes. So I look forward to seeing you on the next one. But if you want to have a talk about any of these topics, please do get in contact. More than happy to do so.